Hello, crochet lovers. It's Caroline with The Love of Crochet, and today's episode is very exciting. Craftably Ever After and I, who is Cassandra, she and I are doing a little book club where we read a book and then we crochet something based off that book. And I must tell you that this book is so good. It gets to the heart of humanity, the relationships and all the hard parts of life, as well as the most loving, kind, and human emotions that come with life. It is so good. This author, Fredrik Backman or Bachman, I don't know how you pronounce it. I know he's Swedish, I think. And Brit Marie Was she's one of my favorite characters, and some of the characters, the side characters, I fell in love with. He makes you fall in love with the characters, and then the plot and the story just develops. It's so beautiful. He is such a good writer. So this book, Brit Marie Was Here, and I'm not sure if there's always a little animal, but here are my crocheted objects based off this book. And if you have not read it, go read it. And the movie version is, if you're English speaking, it's subtitled because it's in because he's Swedish. I think these movies were made where he lives, and so they don't speak English, and I don't think the movies do the books any justice whatsoever. The pictures that I have in mind when I'm creating them are so different than the characters they picked to play the role. So I just do not like the movies at all. I know there's two movies, Beartown and Brit Marie Was Here, and a man called Uwe. So he has three movies, but they are no good in comparison to the books at all. And the pictures that you imagine are going to be far better than the movie portrayal of them. But on to what I made. I'm sorry to keep you waiting. Okay, so in this book, there is a rat. So I don't know if this is really a spoiler. It's just a little detail, so you can still watch it. There is a rat. And in A Man Called Uwe, there was an animal in that one too. It was a stray cat. And so I made the rat. Oh my goodness. Eek! Oh my goodness. Look at the paw. Look at those paws. Aren't those so cute? Oh my gosh. Look at that. I just love the details of this, and I used the Hobby Lobby yarn that Les Petites Saint Crochet said was not going to be a good one for an amigurumi. Look at that little nose. I wanted to give him whiskers, but I didn't have something I could quite use, so I just left the whiskers out. But in the book, I got this out of a book. There is no whiskers, but oh my gosh, the fuzziness. Let me turn down the shades. Okay, can you see the fuzziness of this? Oh my goodness, and look at those ears. So I used regular yarn for his ear, and then the fuzzy yarn is a Hobby Lobby yarn. And it has, you can see the fuzziness here. It is called Yarn Bee Lush Loft. I know this might be backwards, but it's called Lush Loft, and this is how it comes at Hobby Lobby. And so they have this buff color, this green color, this blush, pinkish blush. I have a blue and a red. Now, this is the color I used, and of course the wrapper is off. So I used this white one, and the white one is the only one that has this little sparkle to it, and I don't think the camera is picking it up. But it's sparkly, slightly, and it's so iridescent that you can't even see it. It's like a very slight shimmer. Okay, so this was a great pattern. I mean, look at this rat. And I got it from this book where I had originally did this bunny here for my bunny hop. And if you haven't, if you're new here, I am making every crochet bunny pattern I own and just kind of rating them. You can see a couple on my shelf up there. And so the rat came from here. And right here you can see the little girl holding him. So I got it from this Cuddly Amigurumi Toys by Marie-Lise Lyle. I'll have everything linked down below. This incorporates crochet along with some fabric. So if you wanted to sew, but you don't have to use the sewing pieces to make these crocheted objects. You can definitely, these are just an added decoration, like you would add a button or a ribbon to your crocheted objects. So the fabric inclusion in this is if you want to add some added decoration. I love this book. So this is the second pattern I've done through here, and I love how this rat came out. So in this story, the rat plays a pretty big role, and he plays her friend. And it's so cool because she is Miss Manners. Brit Marie is all about manners. And by a few chapters in, she will have you rearranging your cutlery drawer. In fact, let me ask you this. How do you arrange your cutlery drawer? Is it spoons, knives, forks, knives, spoons, or double spoons? How do you organize your cutlery drawer? Because Brit Marie will have you reorganizing your cutlery drawer. And so she's all about Miss Manners. So this brings on my second item. So my second item, I had this yucky yarn from my yarn stash box down here. So I often do a scrap challenge, and I have a couple of those, and I'll try to link those as well somewhere. But so I was trying to get rid of some scrap yarn, and this is a wool yarn, I believe, and I believe it was hand dyed. I got this out of a donation, like Goodwill store, and I made this maple leaf for the fall season. Now she is all about coasters. You don't have you only drink out of glasses, and you must have a coaster. So this is my maple leaf, and because I'm doing this with Craftably Ever After, I made 2 of them. So these are my 2 maple leaf, and these are a tutorial off of YouTube. Great tutorial, nice little scrap busting project. What else can I say? It was very easy to do, and I love the size of it. It's beautiful, and I think it will go nicely on my counters because I have some white cabinets, and my hubs keeps putting his hot coffee on this. It's not, I want to say that this wood would pickle because I don't know the wood because it's all white. I want to say it's real wood because it hasn't bubbled yet. But he keeps putting his coffee cup down there, and stop it. So I'm just going to place these there on my white cabinet so he can put his coffee mug. Not only that, but his cold drinks too. So hopefully this will help catch all of those sweating glasses. So there you go. I made 2 maple leaves. I love this one. It's really pretty. Considering I didn't really like this yarn, the color, I did. And look at this. It's so pretty. So that was it. Okay, and then I didn't stop there. I made some more different coasters. So those are my fall ones, my little maple leaf ones. Then I made these ones. Now this is from, Play Hooky with Me. If you don't know Play Hooky with Me, she has a lot of great tutorials. She has great color design. She has lovely YouTube videos, and I gotten a couple of my crochet projects off of her. So this is one of them, and this is, of course, a flower. And there's the back side. She does a great tutorial on this, very beginner friendly, but these are trebles. So you need to know your treble stitch, although she does go very slow. So yeah, I made 3 of these to represent I made 3 to represent my other YouTube friend, Julie, KS Mom Crochets. So these are for all 3 of us. Okay, and then for the final, also another one from Play Hooky with Me. Brit Marie is such a unique character, and one of her favorite things that she talks about is her garden boxes, or her balcony, and how she saves plants. Now, she only saves these plants for a specific reason, and they bring her contentment and joy and remembrance. So I decided to make my idea of a garden box, because she talks about these garden boxes on her balcony. And these represent Cassandra and I as well. And as you know, I am a bunny girl. I'm making all the bunny patterns, as I mentioned earlier. So I made this little bunny pot. Okay, so we don't have balconies. I don't know if Cassandra has a balcony, but since we live in a house, I have outside. But I thought this would be super cute on a desk, on a little side table, a little spring bunny pot, and I just put some succulents in there. Now, Play Hooky with Me does a fantastic job of a tutorial on these, and she also gives you ideas on how to use it properly so that you can water your plants. So I used one of I love these. I save a lot of jars. So I have this jar, which comes from my yogurt. These little ooey yogurts jars. They're real small and they fit perfect in there. But also the little tiny plant pots, the 2.5-inch plant pot succulents, and I think even the 4-inch might fit. So, no, 2.5-inch. But I just grabbed my ooey jars and I clipped a couple of succulents I had and I stuck that in. It fits perfectly. So the rim comes right to the top. You don't see it. And look at that cute little bunny. So I have this one. Now it could probably use a taller one, but if it's on your desk, it's a very nice vision this way. So I thought that was so cute. Now, if you know Craftably Ever After, now go check out her video as well, because she's doing one and she mentioned having the worst project in the world yet. So go find out what she made after this. And then, so if you know Cassandra, you know that she's a bear girl. I tried to make a bear, but this does not look like a bear. I have more like a raccoon. Look at that tail. So Play Hooky with Me does not give you a bear version. She gives you a bunny, a cat, and a beaver, a fox, something red. And so I just thought, oh, okay, I'll just put some bear ears on it, right? I'll make the half circle, give it an inner ear, and then these I should have probably taken this off and probably made a large brown one to make the nose like you would see on all your. But as I was doing it, I wasn't thinking about it. I thought it was just going to work out fine. And I don't know what a bear tail looks like, so I just copied one of the tails she had on there. So this is supposed to be Cassandra's bears. And so here you have, I used my ooey jar here too, and I just clipped some succulents I had and stuck them in. Now this little stuff is, I forgot, is it straw? I don't know, I don't know what this is. I don't know. It's like cork. It's very, very dry, soft. It's soft and dry stuff. I forgot what it's called. I'll link it down below if you want to know what that is. But it is perfect for putting your succulents in and then just giving it a mist, and then sticking it back in your little jar here, your little plant pot. So here we go. I got my bunny and my bear for Cassandra and I. And Brit Marie Was Here is a fantastic book. Like I said, it's so good. Now Fredrik Backman, the author, is not afraid to tackle any subject at all in here. There's so many different emotions going on in all of these characters and how their relationships work together. So if you are a reader, you don't even have to read it, right? You can listen to it. I'm sure it's on Audible. I get mine free from the Libby app. But when I saw this book, I had already read Fredrik Backman, right? I've read all his books. I think I'm only missing one. So this is Lulu and her amigurumi friends. And these characters in here, when I see them, they remind me of Fredrik Backman's characters. Now, the Brit Marie Was Here. She comes off to me as somewhat pretty, not old. She doesn't come off old to me. She comes off young because people are attracted to her. She's very proper, therefore her hair is always done. You're never going to see her in her house slippers. She's very in, what people see. So she's proper. And when I see her, I see someone more like this character. And I thought about making her. And so she was one I wanted to make. And I'm going to make these characters because they remind me of Fredrik Backman's. And then A Man Called Uwe, which is another Fredrik Backman book. Oh my gosh, look at this character. Look at that guy. Look at all the details. Look at that Hawaiian shirt, striped socks, hair on his legs. Now, Uwe doesn't come off to me as an old man either, because he comes off as a strong man and not a lazy person. And so when you think of your 55-year-olds, I don't see an old person. I mean, I'm almost 50, so I don't see this old person. I want to make them more with dark hair and younger. Also in Brit Marie Was Here, there's a part in the story where she's, I don't know what to tell you. Anyways, there's, I also wanted to make this version of Brit Marie. I think this would also be a good representation of her because it snows there. It's very cold where she is. And then this little cat here reminded me of A Man Called Uwe. So you just got to pick yourself up a Fredrik Backman book. I mean, they are so good. Okay, now I just have to share this. Also, what with Brit Marie Was Here, do you know what bicarbonate of soda is? Put it down in the comments. And do you use this for cleaning? because Brit Marie will have you cleaning your house and rearranging your cutlery drawer. So bicarbonate of soda, baking soda. You can use this to clean just about anything in your house, and I often use it, which is why I have this ginormous bag. And one of my favorite ways to scent it, and she mentions this too, my favorite essential oil is jasmine, and my other one is lavender. Now, the reason for that is I would totally love citrus, but citrus oils are very dangerous to animals, and tea tree oil and a lot of different oils can be not so good for your pets. And so I tend not to buy any of the citrus ones, although I would love it. So that's why I stick with the flowers, jasmine and lavender. Oh gosh, I love that. I don't think I ever get tired of those. Rosemary too. Like I'll pick a sprig of rosemary and rub it in my hands and put it in my hair so I can smell it. It's so good. Okay, so let me know in the comments if you've read Brit Marie Was Here. Who is your favorite character? What are some favorite moments in that book for you? I had a ton. Oh gosh. I really also wanted to make another character in this book, and I have the pattern I want to make, and it's a guy in this pattern. So yeah, and you know what? Brit Marie also has another fellow. Gosh, there are so many characters. I love them all. It is so hard not to fall in every single one of these characters. So if you haven't read it, Brit Marie Was Here. I mean, these are the projects that I made. The plant pots, these lovely coasters, and this rat, whom my daughter has claimed, and it is now hers. I mean, look at the shaping of this, and those little paws, and that tail. This yarn was perfect for that rat. And I'm sure I am missing so much that I wanted to say, and I am so sorry. And this video is long, so hopefully you enjoy that. But I love this book. I love this author. Go pick it up. You will not be disappointed. I shall talk to you soon. I totally forgot to share our next 3 books for our lineup. On December 15th, we're going to start reading The Murder of Roger Ackroyd, and then we'll showcase that one on January 15th. The book for February is viewer choice, and that is One Day. I don't know the authors yet. I already got them in my library. I already went and picked them. So the February book will start January 15th, and then we'll showcase them February 15th. And then our book for March will be Lulu's Cafe, which is my choice. That will start February 15th and end March 15th, and we'll showcase on March 15th. So all of these will show on the 15th of each month. We'll either end one or start one on the 15th of each month. So choose which month you want to join us in, or join us for all 3. And if you have any books you recommend, go ahead and leave them down in the comments. Again, that's January 15th. We'll be showcasing The Murder of Roger Ackroyd. That is Cassandra's choice. And then February is a viewer's choice called One Day, a book called One Day. And then March will be Lulu's Cafe, and that's my choice. That will showcase on March 15th. So I hope that's all good. I hope you'll join us, and nonetheless, we will have some lovely crochet projects to share with you. So I shall see you again soon. We do have a couple of other things planned, of course. If you haven't seen our All for Fall Christmas crochet collab, I am working on that too. Julie and Craftably Ever After and I. So go definitely check that out. In fact, if you want to make your video about it and post what you're making, that would be awesome. If you're a YouTuber, what are your favorite top 10 movies? I know that from watching those, my two fellow YouTubers, I've picked up on some movies that I had not seen in a while or that I never knew about, as well as some of you have commented, "Oh my gosh, I've never seen that movie." So I hope you enjoy. Make your own top 10 Christmas movie list and pick one of your favorites to make something based off of it. I know that Stitchity Doo Doll has joined in. She is the first one to post the video about it. So if you're a YouTuber and you want to join in, hop on in and join the fun. Talk to you soon.